Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Shukran for having me.
Lovely to have you on the show. So I take it that the MJC does carry out regular surveys. How regular are they, and what type of questions are you putting to the public and to the service providers at large? And then when you get the information to hand, how do you go about improving and tightening up any, you know, uh, weak spots that you might have?
Yes, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah, wa salatu ala Rasulillah. The MJC Halal Trust has regular stakeholder engagement, as you have rightly said. But in terms of engaging with the consumer or the beneficiary of the work that we do, which is the Muslim Ummah at large here in the Western Cape and South Africa, we don't do much in terms of engaging with that stakeholder. And we thought it would be prudent to try and understand what the Muslim community's perceptions are with regard to the work of the MJC Halal Trust. And this was the motivation to understand perceptions, to see where our perception of the community, of what we do, and the reality of what we do, where they intersect. And then also to try and understand what are some of the thoughts, positive and negative, so that we can address that in a meaningful way, inshallah, to build good relationships with the community. So that was the motivation for the survey.
All right, what sort of picture have you come out with this time around?
Okay, so the survey is still ongoing, and today is the last day, in fact, of the survey where we will be collating the information. But like I said, it was around perception. It was around trying to understand what do the people think about when they think about halal issues. Who are the organizations that people deem to be organizations of note or credible in the work that they do, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Give us some examples of the type of questions that that the survey contains, and possibly previous surveys that were conducted, and how did you correct any loopholes that you might have had from previous surveys?
Okay. So like I said, the survey to the Muslim community is a relatively new thing.
I
We,
hear
we
that,
don't
yes, I
necessarily,
understand.
yeah, we
Mm.
don't necessarily have a track record of engaging the public. So this is something fairly new, and we hope to be benefiting from the information. I'm just pulling up the survey here. Unfortunately, I don't have such a great memory to be able to remember.
Okay.
Yeah, to remember everything on the survey, but some of the questions is around recognizing the certification of the MJC. So one question at least asks the frequency or when the last time was that the person recognized the halal certificate or the logo. I mean, the rationale behind such a question would be to try and gauge whether people are vigilant with regard to actually taking note whether a place is certified and recognizing the certification, because it is a certificate, it is a piece of paper, it is a logo, but behind that, there's a lot of work that is happening, and for an institution or a business to have that certificate, it means that they went through a rigorous process. So we want to try to understand, are Muslims vigilant when they go to an eatery, when they buy a product? Do they check for certification? Do they follow up? So that was important to us. Um, Another question was how familiar people are with the work of ourselves as a certifier, and understanding the work. Sometimes people comment on these things, but you know we want to understand the familiarity of people. The rationale behind that question was that if people are familiar with the work that certifiers do, then then basically it means that that is a very good thing. But if people don't understand or they are not familiar with the work of certifiers, then maybe there should be a little bit more education in terms of what Sharia compliance is, in terms of what halal is, in terms of how it is being monitored for the benefit of our community. The last one that I'll just give to you as another example is some in terms of professionalism, in terms of where we are rated as a certifier, the perception of how people perceive us as a professional outfit or not, and so on and so forth. So yeah, those are some of the information that we are hoping to get valuable feedback on, and inshallah it will help us also do better.
Undoubtedly, we have a very vigilant public, so to speak, because on my different WhatsApp groups from time to time, we're always hearing people red flagging organizations, products, etc. And this information does eventually come to the MJC, and you would then necessarily do your investigations and then follow up and then inform the public accordingly. When are we
Yeah,
as
so
the public going to get the results of the current survey?
okay, the current survey is a in-house survey. I think it would be good for you actually to download the survey and just to have a look at it, and then perhaps fill it out yourself also before we take it down. And we invite all the members of the public to actually do that. It is on our website currently, and it is on our Facebook page as well. So you can have a look at the type of questions we are asking there. I think you are going to be seeing, the results of the survey is going to show in how we interact with the community. It is going to show in the lessons that we learned and how we are going to build upon that lessons. So the result itself is important to us because it is going to inform our action. It is going to inform our planning. It is going to inform how we want to plan on engaging the Muslim community further in the future, inshallah.
Ameen, Thumma Ameen.
You made a point about our community being extremely vigilant and red flagging, and
Yes.
that is important. Our work as a certifier is actually to see to it that Sharia compliance throughout the halal chain is always being adhered to. And the supply chain from farm, like I always say, to fork, the community might see something, and I always say this, that the community are our partner. While we're doing our own monitoring and we're doing our own auditing and we're doing our own due diligence, we never reject the information that we are handed by the public when a matter is raised by them. Sometimes it is.
Okay, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. We've run out of time, but shukran very much for
Excellent.
highlighting all of this. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.